has been New York Rangers game night. Rangers hockey is coming right up on the MSG Radio Network.
Experience the sophisticated taste of the best single malt whiskey in the world, the Macallan, founded in 1824. The Macallan is renowned worldwide for its extraordinary single malt whiskeys. Their outstanding quality and distinctive character reveal the uncompromised excellence they pursue. Whether your taste is sherry oak or double cask, the Macallan single malt whiskey is for you. Pick up the Macallan today at your nearest liquor store. The Macallan, the single malt whiskey against which all others must be judged. Crafted without compromise. Please savor the Macallan responsibly.
Peerless Boilers, the world's best-built boilers, are here to help with your heat and water heating needs. Hockey season is the perfect time to replace that beast in your basement, that old, inefficient boiler, with a highly efficient Peerless boiler. It's a perfect match for homes, apartments, commercial buildings, you name it. Get all the heat you need efficiently and save on your energy bill all year long. Learn more about the entire Peerless Boiler family of products and to find a local installer near you. Just visit PeerlessBoilers.com and remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best-built boilers.
Looking for the perfect wedding band or ready to add something new to your collection? London Jewelers' annual wedding band event is happening March 26th through 29th. For 4 days only, receive 20% off all wedding bands, including the beautifully crafted 2 by London collection. Schedule your appointment at londonjewelers.com and visit us in Americana, Manhasset, Wheatley Plaza, Glen Cove, East Hampton, Southampton, or the mall at Short Hills. London Jewelers wedding band event March 26th through 29th. Brand exclusions may apply. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of love.
There's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-30 2.5S preferred all-wheel drive for just $219 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN TM108368. MSRP $31,435. Zero security deposit. Ends 3/31/26.
New York Rangers hockey.
Miller on the reload. Deets to the outside on Draisaitl on his backhand. Darts to the forehand. Scores! The captain delivers in overtime.
This is New York Rangers hockey.
Robertson drives to the net. Scores! Matthew Robertson buries it and wins the game in overtime.
This is New York Rangers hockey.
Centering pass to Morris. Oh, a big glove save by Shesterkin. Rewind that one and hang on to it.
This is New York Rangers hockey. New York Rangers hockey starts right now. Now, here's Dave Starman. And with the play-by-play, here's Alex Faust.
From Madison Square Garden in Midtown Manhattan, this is New York Rangers hockey. Tonight, the Rangers host the Ottawa Senators in the only game on the NHL slate, and it's a special one as Mika Zibanejad plays in game number 1,000 in his NHL career. Hi, everybody. Alex Faust, Dave Starman here with you. Fittingly for Mika, it comes against the team that he started his NHL career with, the Ottawa Senators, a former 6th overall pick from the Sens in 2011. He will become one of a handful of players in the grand scheme of things in NHL history, only the 418th in the more than century-long history of this league to reach the 1,000 game mark. I've heard from so many people, Dave, about what this means to players at various stages in their careers, and whether you're a fourth-line grinder or a top-line winger or a star centerman, it doesn't matter. This is one of the most egalitarian honors you can have in this league, and Mika Zibanejad earns his silver stick here tonight.
There's no question. I remember when I worked for the Canadiens, Scott Bellamy was my boss, and I asked him about that 1,000th game, and he said most guys, when they play in the NHL, you play your first few games, and all you want to do is stick. And all you want to do is get to next year. And all you want to do is establish yourself as an NHL player. And then all of a sudden, you start to realize you've been around a while, and that 1,000 just sort of sits there waiting for you. And the way Mika Zibanejad has played the game as a 200-foot player, as a quiet, consummate pro, it's a remarkable career. Hopefully he plays another 500 at least. And it's just been a joy to watch game in and game out.
It's also an honor being from Sweden, because there are not that many who have done this in NHL history. Only the 21st Swede in NHL history with 1,000 games played. There's actually another one who's on the cusp of doing it with Adam Larson, who's slated to do it tomorrow with the Seattle Kraken. 719th game for Mika in a Rangers sweater. That ties Andy Bathgate for 14th most in franchise history. You go back to when he was acquired, July of 2016, from the Ottawa Senators for a 7th-round pick and Derek Brassard. Dave, this is one of the most impactful trades, one of the most successful transactions in Rangers franchise history.
There's no question. That's a great point. When you think about some of the big names that have come across in trades, Zibanejad, this one will go down somewhere probably in the top 5. And you bring up a great point. When only 21 Swedes had 1,000 games. Remember, when the Swedes first started coming over in the 1970s, they were scorned. The NHL didn't want them. They thought they were soft. When Borje Salming came over and played for the Maple Leafs, he had a target on his back everywhere he went, especially in Philadelphia and in Boston, where they had the big bruising teams, and he just got his tail whacked every game. So the amount of Swedes that have come over and played that have made an impact on the game have been unbelievable. And you're right, Zibanejad has been not only good for the game, he has been terrific for this franchise.
Mika admitted yesterday that there were some nerves in the game because, you want to be able to make it to 1,000. He invited friends and family to New York City, and they will be in attendance here today. A long list of friends and family in town. Of course, his wife, Irma, his 2-year-old daughter, Ella, will be with him. They were with him at the Olympics, and he said that was one of the great experiences in his career, as well as he got to bring them over to Milan. They didn't go to a lot of Olympic events when they were over there, but what they really enjoyed was the Milan-Juventus Serie A game that they all got to go to. He's a big soccer fan, remember. He played FIFA for a long time with Chris Kreider, his longtime buddy here with the Rangers, and so he's been able to bring friends and family over here to New York City to share in this event here today as he plays in his 1,000th NHL game. Before we get to that ceremony, a word about the game here today, because much like yesterday, circumstances somewhat similar. The Ottawa Senators are in town, and the Sens enter today 4 points out of a playoff spot. It's been a roller coaster season for them, but they're looking for their 8th win in a 10-game span. They were as many as 10 points out at the end of January, but they have the 3rd best record in the NHL since the Olympic break coming in. What's your take on the Sens right now, Dave?
Well, they have fixed their goaltending problem, because that was a big problem early on in the season. Remember, they had the big controversy with Olmark out and the rumors that was swirling around. And when their general manager, Steve Staios, went and stood up for his players publicly, and when Brady Tkachuk stood up for his team publicly, to me, that changed the Ottawa season, because all of a sudden, management, captain, everybody on the same page. This is not who we are. How we're getting portrayed. This is ridiculous. So they went out and they straightened out the record. Then Olmark comes back. They made a couple of small deals, and they have been rolling ever since. Since early January, they're 18-3-2. They have made an amazing run. Well managed, well coached, and they are playing great.
Now the problem is, in the rest of the Eastern Conference, all the other teams around them have been winning. Boston 7-3-3, the Islanders 8-5-0, Montreal 6-4-2 since the Olympic break. And the way things break down in the Eastern Conference standings right now, so the Senators, as mentioned, are 4 points out of a playoff spot. This is the only game in the NHL here tonight. They have 2 games in hand on the Islanders. That's the last team in the wild card. What a huge win for the Islanders yesterday against the Columbus Blue Jackets. They're on 85 points. The Boston Bruins are on 86 points. The Senators only have 1 game in hand on them. So a massive one for Ottawa here tonight. But amid their playoff chase, you have the pomp and circumstance of this 1,000-game celebration. The Rangers, it's not often that they get to hand out a silver stick. You were telling me, I think it was the last one was Rick Nash, right? The last Ranger to play in a 1,000th career game while wearing a Ranger sweater, right?
Yep, and I was talking to Dave Maloney a little while ago, TV analyst, and I asked him, I said, did you play in any games where somebody played their 1,000th game? He said, I think so. So he looked him up, made sure. Rod Gilbert, Phil Esposito. Talk about playing in the lineup with two icons both playing their 1,000th game with the Rangers.
It's pretty good company. It's just digging in to see Swedish players because, they, as you mentioned, in the last 40 years or so, we've seen the wave of Swedish players come into the NHL. The last Swedish-born player to play in his 1,000th game with the New York Rangers was Ulf Samuelsson towards the end of his career. Mika gets announced As part of the starting lineups here today, Igor Shesterkin will be in net. He will oppose James Reimer. A big celebration here at Madison Square Garden, fittingly in Mika March, where he always seems to have a surge in production this month. He gets to celebrate career game number 1,000.
Tonight, Rangers alternate captain Mika Zibanejad skates in his 1,000th NHL game here at Madison Square Garden. He becomes the 422nd player in NHL history and just the 22nd Swedish-born player to reach this incredible milestone. Mika is playing his 1,000th game against the Ottawa Senators, the team that drafted him in 2011 and where he played 281 games prior to joining the Rangers. In his decade with the Blue Shirts, Mika has set or matched several franchise records, and he ranks among the top 10 players in career goals, assists, and points over the Rangers' 100-year history. Rangers fans, please join us in saluting number 93, Mika Zibanejad. Here to join Mika to celebrate this tremendous accomplishment, please welcome Mika's parents, his mom Ritva and dad Merdad, and his wife Irma, along with their daughter Ella. At this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to Garden Vision for a special tribute to Mika Zibanejad.
Reaching 1,000 games is no ordinary accomplishment. It's the result of playing 15 seasons in the NHL, competing day in and day out at the highest level. A milestone like this doesn't come easy. It's a result of your determination, commitment, and the fearless pursuit of your dreams. Mika, I will never forget the smile you had on your face in high school when you first told me you might get picked in the NHL draft.
It's definitely a dream come true.
From your NHL debut to breaking and setting franchise records, you have found success everywhere you've been, but it's been so much more than that. I've seen you be a great teammate and form lifelong friendships. Become a leader and a mentor to the next generation. And build a family as a husband and a father.
I love you, Daddy. I love you.
1,000 games is a testament to who you are. It's a celebration of all that you have accomplished and everything that's still to come.
Mika Zibanejad.
Congratulations.
Mika, thank you for providing us with so many magical moments throughout your 15 seasons in the NHL. And now to present gifts in your honor of your special milestone, please welcome Rangers alternate captains Adam Fox and Vincent Trocheck and Rangers captain J.T. Miller. On behalf of the New York Rangers organization, a custom engraved silver hockey stick and a Tiffany crystal to commemorate your 1,000th game. Also, a mini engraved stick for your daughter Ella to celebrate her father's milestone. In addition, your fellow teammates in the Rangers organization have arranged a getaway to Greece for you and your family to celebrate your great accomplishment. On behalf of the New York Rangers, the Ottawa Senators, and hockey fans everywhere, Mika, we congratulate you on your historic achievement.
Well, what a video. I've got goosebumps listening to his wife, Irma, narrate that video, describing exactly who this man is, from this quiet, precocious teenager to a leader of men in this dressing room during a period of transition where he is asked to be a mentor for so many young players. He's one of the most introspective, cerebral players you'll meet. And I know he's quite bashful about this accomplishment, especially seeing his teammates walk in wearing wigs and those T-shirts today, kind of poking fun of them, giving the business for this milestone game. But I know he's going to enjoy it, and I know his wife Irma basically said, because she's worked in professional sports as well, take a step back today and enjoy the moment.
Stay over your skates, and sometimes the best thing you can do is stay in the moment. I will tell you, and one thing I will always remember, working the 2012 World Junior Tournament, Sweden was on the other side of the tournament from where the United States was, but I can't tell you how many people said to me, I know we don't play the Swedes, you've got to watch this Zibanejad kid play, he is something special, and he wound up scoring the World Junior Championship winning goal for the Swedes that year. He was just awesome.
Mika Zibanejad plays in game number 1,000 here tonight at Madison Square Garden, honored with a silver stick. And we continue tonight's opening ceremonies.
Tonight's colors are presented by the United States Park Police and the Canadian Armed Forces. And here to perform "O Canada" and the Star-Spangled Banner, please welcome from the cast of the record-breaking, award-winning smash hit musical Just in Time, Matthew Magnuson.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Matthew Magnuson.
All right, we're moments away from puck drop here at the world's most famous arena. Alex Faust, Dave Starman here with you. The Rangers taking on the Ottawa Senators, the third and final meeting between these Eastern Conference foes. The Rangers were victorious on December 4th, a 4-2 win. Rangers at the time had a 15-12-2 record, tied for the high watermark of the season, 3 games over 500, and then part of the malaise they had in January, an 8-4 loss to the Ottawa Senators. They fell behind 6-0 in that game midway through the second, part of the stretch where the Rangers lost 16 of 19 out of the Christmas break. But that's in the rearview mirror. The Rangers, in a year that's been difficult, have something to celebrate here tonight with Mika Zibanejad, one of their leaders, one of their stars, playing in game number 1,000 in his NHL career. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Opening puck drop brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Rangers skate from right to left in this opening period. Zibanejad wins the opening face-off, and we're underway as the Rangers dump it in for the Ottawa zone, 2 hour left. Swung around the boards, and Vlad Gavrikov will rotate the puck back to the far corner. And Gabe Perreault is on it. Try to kick it along for Alexis Lafreniere. Senators will chip this ahead off the near boards. And Dylan Cousins to dump it in for Brady Tkachuk, the Ottawa captain, as he handles the puck behind the net and hands it off to Ridley Gregg, walking out from the corner, swiveling a pass to Cousins as he's marked by Adam Fox, tries to turn the corner on him. Cousins hands off the puck to Tkachuk behind the net. Tkachuk hard around to Jordan Spence, manning the blue line. D-to-D pass, Tyler Clevin, long-range shot is fought off by Igor Shesterkin. Puck hops in the air to the far corner. Off the bench, Claude Giroux hands it off, right circle, Spence shooting against the grain, looking for a stick on the back door, none there. Spence from the near half wall plays it around the board. Tim Stützle off the bench as Ottawa completes a change in the attacking zone. Long opening shift for the Rangers. Stützle, centering pass cut off by Zibanejad and clear.
Ottawa with a good possession first shift. They didn't get much out of it, but they hemmed the Rangers in and hemmed the Rangers top line and made them defend, and that's certainly part of playing good team defense, making the other team's top line playing its own end.
I told you about the Senators' record since the Olympic break. They've been doing that with a couple of top defensemen out injured, namely Jake Sanderson, who's been injured, been out since last couple of weeks, a collision against Seattle, but he is getting close to his return, we've heard. Banked up the far boards, Michael Amadio with the keep-in for Ottawa, chips it to the middle, and it's deflected by the active stick of Ty Cartier back to center.
Jake Sanderson is not a guy who, if he can't play, won't. He must be legitimately banged up, because this is a guy that can, I think, probably play 50 minutes of a 60-minute game. He's in unbelievable shape.
Yeah, he averages about 25 minutes per game. But he, Nick Jensen, and now Dennis Gilbert, who was just injured over the weekend, unavailable for the Senators. Rangers try to dump it ahead. Cut off in the neutral zone by Nick Cousins. Forced back to center. And a hard shoot in by Artem Zub around the boards. The Rangers handle, and the Senators back off as they go through their line rotations. Puck advanced to the red line. No further as the Senators intercept, and it's dumped in by Lars Eller off the near boards. Given chase is Will Borgen. Battle along the backboards. Fabian Zetterlund able to twist away from Juuso Parssinen, who returns to the lineup here tonight, and the Rangers will take it away and carry it out. Yaroslav Himelash to dump it in on left wing. And Thomas Chabot is on it in the near corner, and he'll send it around the boards and out. Rangers again try to advance it up the middle. An active stick from the Senators with a takeaway. Here's Tkachuk over the boards. His pass along the blue line hops over a stick back to center.
Good job of the Rangers on that last rush. Himelash came out of the zone, crisscrossed to create some space, drew Ottawa's coverage over to one side of the ice, and almost had an opportunity. As has been the case lately, as Spence shoots from the right point well wide of the target. The Rangers have been stuck in their own zone a lot to begin a game. We've played 3.5 minutes, and the Senators have controlled puck possession. Bounced into the far corner, intercepted by Fox, and now the Rangers will break out. Touch pass from Perreault, on for Zibanejad, now to Lafreniere, up the left wing. Lafreniere checked off the puck by Zub as he dumps it in. Played around the boards by the Sens, and Tkachuk chips it off a glove at the Senators bench
and we get a whistle.
You and I were talking about Jake Sanderson a moment ago. There was you and I think I might have told you the story, but I did a game in the NCAA tournament once, went 5 overtimes, North Dakota and Minnesota Duluth in a regional final. Jake Sanderson played about 70 minutes of that game. And it's funny because I asked his coach, Brad Berry, once, I said, would you have done anything different in that game? He said, I should have moved Sanderson up because he looked fresher as the game went on. 70 minutes later.
That's wild.
He was flying.
Rangers win a faceoff, and a shot from the right wing by Braden Schneider. Hops off of a Ranger and wide of the net. Bounces back to the blue line where it cannot be held by Matthew Robertson. So the Senators will start once again. Here's Shane Pinto, pass up the left wing, and Cousins with a cross-corner dump in. Gloved by Robertson in the middle of the ice. Bank pass picked off by Cousins and tossed into the far corner. Braden Schneider having to deal with a forechecking Michael Amadio. Senators get the steal. Artem Zub steps up from the blue line. Pad saved by Shesterkin off the slap shot, and he covers the rebound with traffic in front.
And who else will be in front of the net but Pinto goes hard to the hard areas like he always does. New York native, Long Island kid. Another one of those guys that played in that long overtime game that we just talked about. And he gets himself in front of the net. And one thing that you and I have discussed about Shesterkin all year long is his really good ability to be up and on top of the screen. That shot came in and fluttered. But because Shesterkin was so close to the point of contact on the tip, the puck literally found him and died right in his goal pads.
Senators control the faceoff. Clevin, left point shot off the blocker of Shesterkin to the far corner, and the Rangers will break it out. It's Adam Fox on a 3-on-2 down the middle. Pass left wing. Cooley, wrist shot blocked. Banked off the near boards by Spitz. And Stützle swings it out of the zone ahead to Claude Giroux. In over the line. Sneaks a pass out in front. Batherson tried to deke to the backhand. Taylor Radish caught him on the back check. Penalty coming up. I think it's on Radish and a stick foul.
It's going to be Radish, I believe, for hooking as he put the stick play right in the hands at the last second. What a pass by Giroux.
5 minutes into the game, Rangers touch up on the delayed penalty, and it will be a hook against Radish. The game's first power play belongs to the Senators, and here's a word from Carter Sandlak.
New York number 14, minor hooking.
Ottawa came out of their own zone really well. Good transition, and Giroux, I talked about it a little bit on the TV pregame. We talked about his patience and his details, and that was a great example of it for Giroux. He came down the right side, gained the line, grabbed it with speed, went wide, opened up the middle a little bit for Matheson to come down the middle, and then he hit him with a beautiful pass as he outweighted the coverage.
So the Senators to the power play. 1 for 4 Saturday in a victory over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Near dot face-off to the left of Shesterkin. Rangers win it and hammer it around the boards and out. We stop behind the Senators' net by James Reimer. It's the only puck he's had to handle so far today. Rangers have been stuck in their own zone to begin this game. Here's Batherson feathering a pass across. Jumps a stick. Tkachuk plays it. Sidesteps his man. Feeds Cousins. In the right circle, up top Shabbat, across for Tim Stützle, walking in, left circle, tried to pull and drag, ran into Braden Schneider, who held his ground. Puck comes free, and the Rangers hoist it out.
Cousins has a career-high 12 power play goals this year. He has been a monster, but the unit is suffering a little bit. Without Jake Sanderson in the lineup, they have offered on the power play 5 of their last 8 games.
Only 3 in total in their last 9, as Tkachuk hands it off to Cousins, right circle. Cousins stick handling, surveying, passing off a stick, gloved by Shesterkin. Cousins going for a little flyby around the Rangers' net, but does not make contact with Shesterkin. And we have a face-off. 14:06 left in the first period. Scoreless game, the Rangers and the Senators. The Sens on the power play.
Well, since you and I just painted a Debbie Downer picture of the Senators' power play, let's give them a little credit. They are 51 for 223 in the course of the season. That is the 4th most power play goals in the league, the 4th most opportunities in the league, and they've had the 5th most power play minutes at 309. This team with their speed draws a ton of penalties.
And let's make no mistake, this Senators team can score in bunches as the Rangers win the draw and clear all the way down. And that's part of the reason why they've stayed afloat, even with goaltending that has been downright awful at times. The worst save percentage in the NHL over the course of the season. As Travis Green told me earlier today, finally they're starting to get saves. Left side, it's Pinto outside the hashes. hands it off on a cycle for Fabian Zetterlund. Up to the line, spins across Giroux, right side, centering, Pinto scores on a one-timer in between the circles. A power play goal for the Senators, and they have a 1-0 lead 6.5 minutes into the first period.
This is a brilliant shot by Pinto. This is just so perfect. He puts himself just above the hash marks inside the right wing faceoff circle, and that was part one. He got into a nice soft area. Part two is, most of the time a shot comes to you on a one-timer, it's going in the air. It's like a baseball. You're swinging at it, so there's going to be some natural lift to it. But Pinto took it off the back foot, half followed through, and he kept it on the ice. Shesterkin thought that was coming up top, and he looked stunned as anybody that stayed along the ice, and it beat him right through the 5-hole. Brilliant shot by Pinto.
Senators convert on the power play. Their 5th shot of this opening period. Rangers do not have one as of yet. As the Senators dump the puck out of their zone, Rangers swat it back to the Sens line. And now it's Nick Cousins to send it in, avoiding the check from Kamelash as he gets the puck deep. Rangers rim it around it out. And it's Montemalo on the puck. Back in the Senators' zone, being hounded by Kamelash around the near boards. Forced a hurried pass from Montemalo, though icing is waved off after it jumped the stick.
Shane Pinto, one of a number of really good Long Island-born players playing the NHL.
There's an intercept. Warren Foegele near circle, puts it right on. Off the pad of Shesterkin. Rangers get to the puck, unable to clear, held in by Shabbat, center point. Flips it to the right wing corner. Eller boxes out Connor Mackey. The Rangers chip this puck up the near boards. Again not out. Held by Zub as he dumps it into the corner. Zetterlund walks out from the goal line. Back to Zub at the blue line as he tosses it down low. Eller absorbs the contact from Matthew Robertson. And now the puck comes free for Mackey to scale up the far glass. Back to the red line. Senators making a change. And Shabbat now picks up steam through the neutral zone. Tried to sidestep the oncoming Cartier. Turns it over. It's JT Miller hitting the outside of the post. Trying to go top corner. Blocker's side on Reimer. And now Cousins to carry it out for Ottawa. Dylan Cousins gets the puck deep. Shesterkin swats it away all the way out of the zone.
Another good play by Miller, whose game I liked the other night. This time he comes down as a left shot, left wing side. Goes for the short side. That's the side of the net where the puck, the eyes of the puck sees. Just missed.
Sherry moved this one around the boards, and here is Miller shielding the puck from Tyler Kleven. Angles it to the point. D-to-D pass, Fox to Gavrikov, left side. Wrist shot hits a stick, catches the tall glass, stays in play. Kleven to handle far half wall. Swings a long pass out to Jordan Spence on a 2-on-1 with Tkachuk. Spence hits the post. Went short side on Shesterkin, beat him up top, but drew iron.
Same idea. Come down your side, come down on your wing. Short side is what the puck sees. Aim for it. Both guys didn't miss by much.
Bumped in by Trocheck the other way. Neither of those posts counts as a shot on goal. Stützle to carry it in with speed. Drop pass left wing. Giroux tried to flip it to the middle. Blocked down by a Rangers stick. Sins get it back. Montemalo right circle. Wrist shot right on. Fought off by Shesterkin. And the loose puck collected by Cooley. Poke checked by Batherson. He'll get a pass out of the corner. Feed it across. Active stick. Denying an opportunity for Stützle in the near circle. Loose puck. Batherson is on it. Sins skating laps around the Rangers right now. Batherson far half wall. Batherson drags it to the far corner. Rangers tired out there. Batherson rubs off the check from Schneider. Feeds it to the point. Montemalo across. Lassie Thompson a shot redirects wide. Thompson playing in his first NHL game since 2022. Thompson filling in on the blue line with all the injuries to the Senators right now. Rolls it to the near corner as we near the midway point of the first period. 1-0 Ottawa. Thompson hands it off. Batherson a pass into traffic. Finally, the Rangers cut it off and can skate it out after a lengthy shift in the defensive zone.
They got pinned in. Ottawa moved it around. Rangers were pretty good at keeping Ottawa to the outside and long-distance shots, but still Ottawa really controlling the pace here.
Shots 9-0 Senators, 1-0 the score. Circling the net is Zetterlund, and he's poked off the puck. Allowing the Rangers to exit. Borgen leading the rush. He'll shoot this one in off a Senators stick. Dribbles to the near corner. Parsonen on the forecheck. But the Rangers unable to establish the zone. Second effort by Hemelash along the far boards. Bottles up Foegele, denying him the exit. Now Shabbat having the double back, handing it off for Zub, and around it goes and out for Zetterlund at the red line. He's offside with Fogle way on the opposite side of the ice, a step in front of the puck. We have a whistle with 9:21 remaining in the first period. The Rangers trailing the Ottawa Senators 1-0. You're listening to New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
WrestleMania is coming, and SiriusXM Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7 is getting you ready for the Squared Circle's biggest event.
There's nothing bigger than WrestleMania.
Hear in-depth breakdowns of the matches.
Roman Reigns versus CM Punk is going to bring the house down.
Join the daily conversation.
The biggest fan favorites are all over this card.
The road to WrestleMania 42 is on Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7, channel 156, and the SiriusXM app. Historic hockey moments on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, your NHL 100.
Is the greatest player to ever play sitting at the podium right now?
We talk about this all the time. That's what makes sports great, and that's what makes hockey wonderful. I think we're all in pretty much agreement that Gordy was pretty special.
The hockey history continues. Never miss a moment on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. NHL Morning Skate.
What's the big difference been for the New York Islanders this season?
Matthew Schaefer. Here's Schaefer now passes Phil Housley for the most goals scored by an 18-year-old defenseman. The only other comparable I have right now, and I'm not saying he's going to have the Bobby Orr career, but he's got a great future ahead of him, is Bobby Orr to Matthew Schaefer.
NHL Morning Skate. Weekdays at 7 a.m. Eastern with Gord Stellick and Scott Laughlin. NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
2-on-1.
It's coming down to the wire.
Out and across the lightning line, right circle Theodore. Theodore is checked by Hagel. 2-on-1 the other way.
Where every point can make or break a team's dream.
For Kucherov. Score! Kucherov!
The push to the playoffs.
The push to the playoffs.
Nathan McKinney's got some room. He scores!
Only one team can bring home the cup.
The Florida Panthers are back-to-back Stanley Cup champions.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
SiriusXM 91.
I'm mistaken. That was only the third whistle of the period, right?
Yeah, it's been a fast-moving one.
Right, as the penalty, the goal. I think in that one.
Dumped in by the Senators here, and around it goes. You kept count correctly over there with the whistles here, and for Ottawa, I mean, this is their game. They play at a fast pace, and they are showing it right now. Again, they are 4 points out of a playoff spot entering today. The Senators at 36-24-9. Dumped in around the boards by Pinto, and then he'll send it to the far side, chipped out by Lafreniere all the way down. He'll take the icing.
So one of the biggest differences that I've noticed between watching the NCAA and watching the NHL, and granted the rink sizes are a little wider in certain NHL and certain NCAA rinks, but there's much more play off the walls at the collegiate level and much more play on the walls at the NHL level. I think the speed of the game and the size of the players has a lot to do with it. And the rim and release is a real popular move to get out of pressure. But it's amazing how much more time the puck spends on the kick plate at the NHL level.
As I've heard over and over, changing the point of attack is such a huge thing in the NHL. Setting up plays. Here's a pass across, and another post is hit. Clevin on a slap shot from the left side, beating Shesterkin high blocker. But staying out.
What a cannon that was.
The Rangers get to a loose puck in the far corner. Lafreniere checked by Tkachuk, gives up the puck. Spence walks in with a wrist shot, trapped into the pads of Shesterkin. And the Rangers facing a firing gallery from the Ottawa Senators. Shesterkin, though, holding his ground. 11 shots for the Sens. The Rangers still looking for their first in a 1-0 game here at Madison Square Garden. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York, and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Spring showers bring epic off-road adventures. So bring on the mud and bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. Honda vehicles are built for exploring. With the rugged Honda Pilot, Ridgeline, CR-V, and Passport, the road might stop, but you're not done. All from the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand.
Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today.
Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit kbb.com for more information.
Hey everyone, Adney and Verk here to talk about our great podcast, NHL Unscripted with Verk and Demers.
Jason Demers here. After playing 700 NHL games, it turns out I have an opinion or two. Whoever's saying trade one of them, you don't know anything about hockey. I'm on the bandwagon. I'm rooting for this team. With new guests every week, we will talk about hockey and more.
Can't wait till you watch this movie because it's the biggest award of her career.
He went into the cheetah exhibit. The cheetah took a piece out of him, and he came into the ring the next day.
Tune in to NHL Unscripted with Verk and Demers, the iHeartRadio app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Want to earn extra income for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for ambitious business owners to assist with local deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra income and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront costs, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at amazon.com/hub delivery. That's amazon.com/HUB delivery.
Hockey season's the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers. Face off to the left of Igor Shesterkin near dot. JT Miller against Claude Giroux. Two vets in this league, two really, really good face-off takers. Miller is kicked out of this one, and now Giroux is kicked out of this one right on cue.
I was going to say, they're the two biggest cheaters in the league. I mean, and they cheat incredibly well. I mean, like, it's good cheating. They push the envelope a little bit. Feet are never in the hash marks. The sticks are never in the right place. I mean, and they both win a ton of draws.
If that wasn't the broadcaster's curse, I don't know what is. Here's Robertson for the Rangers to shoot this one in. Down the left side, deflected in by Cartier. And it's handled by Clevin. He'll pitchfork it out to center ice. Stützle on a self-pass, chips, charges, drops it off, and he had Batherson there, but he shot it wide of the target. Senators will have to retrieve in the neutral zone. They'll dump it in.
Good retrieval by Clevin, just at the line. Turned back inside the line and was able to put a puck in that allowed Ottawa a good change and a good forecheck.
Shot in by Braden Schneider. Around the boards, Rangers unable to pick up possession, and it's knocked back to neutral ice by Ottawa. They'll dump it in once again. Shesterkin to cut it off behind his net. And Will Borgen, outlet pass up the right wing for Cooley. He'll deflect it deep. Reimer out of his net to fire it around the boards. Hits a stick. And Trocheck unable to keep it alive along the far boards. Matteo to take it in. Dump the puck deep. Absorb a hit from Connor Mackey. Senators go after it on their forecheck. Rangers are on the puck. Trocheck hands it off to Mackey in the near corner. He's trying to dart away from Nick Cousins. Does a full spin. Feeds it up ahead for Cooley. He'll deflect it deep, and it will reach for an icing. The Rangers unable to change.
Usually Tyler Clevin and Jake Sanderson will play a lot together like they did in school, like they did at the National Team Development Program. They roomed together at the University of North Dakota. Their head coach told me a great story. So they both show up 6:30 every morning at the rink for breakfast. He goes, Sanderson looked like he was going to a wedding. He was always perfectly put together. He goes, Clevin showed up like an unmade bed. Because he walked in, a shirt hanging out, hat on backwards, hair all over the place. But when they both hit the ice, it was absolute game time. He said they were pros before they were pros.
Face off to the right of Shesterkin, far dot. 6:38 remaining in the first period. Rangers trail the Senators 1-0. They win the draw. High lift back to the red line by Borgen. It's carried right back in by Chabot. Walks in with a wrist shot blocker save by Shesterkin. Kamelash is on the puck, and he'll hand it off to Parsonen to shuffle ahead on his backhand. Artem Zub first on it for Ottawa. Coughs it up as he overskated it. Kamelash turns and fires as he walked around the net. Missed the target. Loose puck. Fox. Shot tipped right on by Parsonen. And there's the first shot of the game for the Rangers. It comes with 6:11 remaining in the first period. Reimer able to glove it as a crowd mills about in front of the Senators' nets.
Reimer had a really good start to his NHL career and then faded for a while. He was the starting goaltender in Toronto and put up a couple of good years, and then it got a little quiet for a while, and he got picked up by Ottawa as the season went on and tried to help their goaltending situation, as we both alluded to, is not very good and is giving them a nice veteran presence.
He signed a prorated contract with them in January after a PTO with their AHL club. He repped Canada at the Spengler Cup. It's an honor for a player to do that. A lot of them, want that as a bucket list item, and Reimer didn't have an NHL job, so was able to play with Team Canada at the Spengler Cup, one of the really cool events on the hockey calendar.
Put that on your bucket list if you're a fan. Go see a game at the Spengler Cup. It's in Davos, Switzerland, and it is awesome.
It's on mine, that's for sure. Go to Davos, do a little skiing. Maybe you see Steve Valaket or Henrik Lundqvist out on the slopes or something.
I think they own a mountain there, don't they?
Probably. I mean, the two of them, with their skiing that they've told me about. Especially Hank, man. Ottawa will shoot this one in, and it reaches the netting behind the Rangers' cage, and we have a whistle with 5:48 remaining in the first period. Rangers trail the Ottawa Senators 1-0. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York, and the MSG Radio Network continues after this time.
Make cancer screening a part of your annual healthcare routine. New York Presbyterian offers a full range of cancer screenings, including lung, cervical, prostate, colorectal, breast, and more. Regular cancer screenings could save your life by detecting cancer at its earliest, most treatable stages. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester. Learn more at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the ice, playing pickup on a Saturday, or scoring the game winner in overtime. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes? Oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, Superior Light Beer, the official beer sponsor of the New York Rangers. Enjoy responsibly. 2025 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, less than 1 gram of protein, and 0 grams of fat per 12 ounces.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Welcome back to Madison Square Garden. Alex Faust, Dave Starman here with you. Stay tuned for the Rangers' first intermission report, brought to you by your local Honda dealers. We've got 5:48 remaining in the first period. Rangers trail the Senators 1-0. The ice has been tilted in the Rangers zone since the get-go of this game.
That certainly has. Ottawa's played with a lot of speed. They're connecting on passes. They are playing very connected. Every time they come up the ice, it's 5 in the frame. And when that happens, you've got layers, you've got depth, you've got speed, and you've got puck protection.
Now, if the Rangers can weather this storm, given the circumstances, not a bad way if they can keep this game 1-0 to close out the period. As this puck is knocked off the stick of JT Miller out of the zone, and the Senators pick it up in front of their bench. Spence looks ahead, fires a pass up the right side, deflected in all the way up into the crowd by Batherson, all the way about the 12th row in the near corner of the rink over on the 7th Avenue side. A fan able to make a grab. 5:22 on the clock and a whistle.
Batherson's dad, Norm, played on the 1994 Portland Pirates that won the American League Championship. Barry Trotz was the head coach of that team. His sister right now is playing for Kenny Klee with the Minnesota Frost. And Ken and Mr. Batherson Sr., teammates on that Portland team in '94. It's amazing how many players wind up playing for certain coaches, and the connection goes back to two fathers playing together.
That's right.
At every level. I mean, it's amazing. At the college level, it's almost like an epidemic.
Jake Sanderson, we've talked about him. His dad had a long NHL career, most notably with the Hartford Whalers. Puck carried ahead by Will Cooley. Tried to slide it across for a crashing Vincent Trocheck. Cooley now battling Thompson out of the near corner. He's upended. Both hands stay down for the nearby referee. Cooley tries to settle a puck that's sent hard around the boards. Now a penalty coming up on the Senators. And Shesterkin to the bench. Extra skater over the boards. It's Zibanejad. So Mika having to deal with a hard-charging Nick Cousins checks him into the boards all the way back in the Rangers zone. And it'll be a high-sticking penalty against the Sens, putting the Rangers on the power play.
Nope, Murphy almost took a big tumble as he went for the big announcement.
Ottawa 21, minor penalty, high sticking.
Yeah, Graham Skilleter didn't see the turf monster there and nearly toe picked. Tripped over the red line.
I always tell people, you got to watch out for those red lines.
Right?
They're tricky. Jump up at you at any minute.
This Rangers power play brought to you by Amazon Hub Delivery. Boy, do they need it. 4.5 to go in the first period. 1-0 Senators. And this Rangers power play that has been clicking at a pretty good clip since late December. Tops in the NHL since December 30th.
They had 8 shots on goal the other night, going 1 for 3 against Winnipeg. That's the most shots they've had on the power play in their last 8 games. Last time they had that many was March 9th against the Flyers. They are 4 for 16 in their last 5, a nice even 25%.
For a team that's 25th in goal scoring, they haven't drawn enough penalties this year. Otherwise, you wonder where that offensive total might be. They win this draw on the far dot of the attacking zone. Fox shot tipped wide. He had Lafreniere setting up in front. It's bounced off the backboards by Trocheck and frozen at the side of the net by Reimer.
You know, that's a good point, because if they were on the power play 8 times a night, this could be a whole different season.
Right.
With the power play, generally, as we got to remember, early on in the season, it wasn't. Early on in the season, it was a little up and down, and then it really started to find its groove. It's simplistic in its nature. I think it's a hard power play to pre-scout because there's a lot of movement on it. At times, Miller could be in the bumper. At times, Trocheck could be in the bumper. Trocheck has added to the dimension of the bumper by moving around more. Then you got this Zibanejad one-timer on the flank. There's a lot of different options, and there's a lot of movement going on.
Rangers win the draw, held in by Fox, right point. Pass to Miller, right corner, hounded by Shabbat. Passes out of it, back to Fox. He'll walk the blue line, feeds Zibanejad, left side, touch pass back to Fox. Across for Miller, walking in, stick handling, faking, passing to Fox. Now Zibanejad all the way across for Miller. Kept along the perimeter. Miller slides it down low. Trocheck tried to feed it to the bumper. It's off an Ottawa stick on goal, and Reimer will cover up.
I like the dimension that Trocheck brings to the power play. You and I have discussed this a little bit in past games. He's very good when he's in that bumper spot because he moves around a lot. He will come up above the tops of the circles to draw coverage with him, to give the defense an out, a little short pass and back, play a little give and go, and then reestablish himself. But he's also good at playing low because his puck retrieval skills are really solid. Good on the walls, fast feet, and an active stick.
Gotta say, he got a second effort on that puck. I thought it was just off an Ottawa stick. Trocheck was able to poke that into the pads of Reimer as the Rangers win another draw. Fox center point, winds and fires. It's blocked. Carried out of the zone by Pinto. A 2-on-1 with Stützle. Pinto faking, shooting, blocked by Fox, who tracked back wonderfully to break up what could have been a 2-on-1.
Yeah, those are a couple of kids who played a ton of games against each other on the island growing up.
Adam Fox, of course, from Jericho. Miller hands it off. Zibanejad up the right side and slid around the boards by Trocheck. Hammer then along the wall by Montempallo and down.
On a side note, Pinto's father was actually my cousin's roommate at Michigan State for a year.
Oh my God! With it, what is this? 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon?
Yeah, they grew up together in Forest Hills.
There's Gabe Perreault around the net. I think we found out what the 6 degrees of Dave Starman are. Played to the back, and Adam Fox for Gabe Perreault, right circle. Slides it down low. Lafreniere out in front. Loose puck jammed at by Radish. He couldn't tuck it in. Radish in the near corner. Puck bouncing on him. Walks behind the net. Final 15 seconds of the power play. Nick Cousins in the box for high sticking. Fox, middle of the zone. Feeds Zibanejad. Top left circle. Back to Fox. It skirts away off his stick. And his power play is just about up.
Amadio of Ottawa, nice job on the right side of the diamond that Ottawa was in, taking away the elbow from Mika Zibanejad. It was jonesing to launch a one-timer, and Amadio forced him out of it. If Zibanejad had taken the shot, it would have gone off Amadio, probably down the ice.
He's getting a lot of nice chatter from the local media in Ottawa, say that his game has been underappreciated nationally and deserves some Selke Trophy love down ballot, as the Rangers will feed this directly out of play. Juuso Parson, and under pressure from Warren Foegele. You know, you talked about it earlier, Dave. The Senators didn't make many moves. Foegele was one of them, and here's the call.
York 71, 2-minute delay game.
Fogle was one of them, and he has transformed the Senators' fourth line and made it far more of a force to deal with. It forced Juuso Parssinen to shoot the puck over the glass.
You know what's interesting when you think about teams that have won championships? Obviously, the star players are always the ones you remember, but it's hard to win a championship without a great fourth line. I also think back to the Detroit teams and the New Jersey teams that won multiple Stanley Cups, and their fourth lines were as prevalent as their top lines. McCarty, Draper, and the Detroit era, Peluso, McKay, and the New Jersey era. Fourth lines matter when you're making a run at a championship.
Brady Tkachuk loses out on this face-off. Puck swatted all the way down. And so the Senators on their second power play of this first period in the final 2 minutes now, looking to double their lead. Big kill early in this game for the Rangers. Tkachuk gets knocked off his feet by Borgen, trying to draw a penalty. Kind of sold it, embellished a little, and as a result, I think, none is called. Batherson will gain the red line. Drop pass for Stützle. Now on for Dylan Cousins, gliding in down the right wing. Sends a pass up the wall to Shabbat. Back down low to Cousins as he's hounded in the corner. Puck comes free. A pass attempt by Batherson. Shut down out in front. Punched free into the corner. Dug for by Tkachuk. Scrum develops. Tkachuk bumps into Cartier. Knocks him off his feet. Pops back up. Puck comes out of the scrum. Top of the zone at Stützle. Hands it off Shabbat. Back to Stützle. On for Shabbat. Center point. Across for Cousins. Top right circle. Dylan Cousins. Centering for Shabbat. Back to Cousins. Right circle. Past doorstep. Tkachuk fed it through the blue paint. Off the pad of Shesterkin. Kept alive by Ottawa as the Rangers tried to clear. Shabbat feeds it down low for Tkachuk. Final 40 seconds of the period. Senators on a power play. Up 1-0. Stützle drags it across to his left. Watched by Cartier. Stützle from the half wall now. Feeds it down low. Batherson goal line. Out high to Stützle. Stützle charges in. Left circle. Behind the back pass. Cousins opens. Fires. Wrist shot. Deflects to the far corner. Picked up by Batherson. He'll feed the point. Cousins back to Stützle now. Left circle. Stützle tried to feed it across. Active stick by Borgen. And then it's knocked out of the zone by Cartier. 10 seconds left in the period. Shabbat stood up by Miller. Shovels it ahead. Too far for Trocheck to make a play. And the final seconds will tick away in period number 1. Only 3 ticks will carry over on the Juuso Parssinen delay of game minor. But all things considered, you look at that shot counter where the game is at. 1-0 Senators after 1. The Rangers with only 2 shots on goal.
That was a pretty good penalty kill there towards the end. Ottawa didn't move the puck around. Ottawa did get a couple of good looks at it. But when you don't have a power play setup where you've got a big gun on the flank, because Brady Tkachuk has the left shot on the right side, but he loves to play in front of the net. And then on the other side, the drive down comes from a player on his wing. So you don't have to worry so much about taking away the flanks. You can concentrate more on the middle. And that's what the Rangers were able to do on that penalty kill, was shut off the middle of the ice, keep everything wide where the threats were less.
So we finished 20 minutes of play here at Madison Square Garden. The Rangers unable to capitalize on their lone power play of the period. That power play brought to you by Amazon Hub Delivery. Become an Amazon Hub partner and earn extra income for your business with your business. Learn more about Amazon Hub Delivery and get started at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. Alex Faust, Dave Starman here with you at Madison Square Garden. We're waiting on Adam Edstrom downstairs to join us, who's been moved to center. Not a lot of whistles in that period, not a lot of opportunities for